Good Sunday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on this February the 12th, Super Bowl Sunday, with your Sam Channel weather, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Sponsored by the super folks at Ace Hardware Marketplace. Yesterday, it was clouds, then it was sunshine, then it was clouds again. Temperatures ended up about 55, 56, 56 was the official high at the Bowling Green Airport yesterday. Once the sun came out, it helped warm things up just a little bit. 50 is the average, so we were 6 degrees above average. And I think today we're going to be in the upper 50s. But then you look at the radar and you think, now, wait a minute. I thought we weren't supposed to get any rain. Well, okay. Some of you off in the southeastern corner of the Sam listening area, you're seeing maybe some sprinkles, but a lot of this is going to just continue to swirl around over the Cumberland Plateau and down into southern middle Tennessee. It's all wrapping around a low pressure system that's throwing this moisture back our direction. But Bowling Green, I don't think we're going to see this. This is going to stay just a little bit further south and east of you, and then back to the west. You see this trough. This is that straw that is feeding off of that low pressure system, and it's just siphoning up and sucking up that moisture. But it's only going to go so far because all of this dark shaded area here back west and northwest of this band of showers is very dry air. So a lot of this is not even reaching the ground, like back toward Campbellsville. Somerset maybe getting a few sprinkles, even down toward, say, Albany and down into Clinton County, Burkesville. You may get a little something out of this, but overall, this is not going to be that big of a deal today. You could see that canopy of clouds yesterday as this began to swirl our direction. But otherwise, this is going to be something that we're just not going to be affected by that much. Sunshine is going to come out today, and things are looking actually pretty good for the next couple of days. But down the road, well, not so much. Okay, I'll talk more about that after I show you the 10-day model blender. And here we go, looking at mid 50s today, possibly even upper 60 or 50s, I should say. Then we get into the 60s tomorrow and Tuesday. Look at Wednesday, 72. Could go even higher. Then we go upper 60s to near 70 Thursday. Thursday is the red flag day. Red flag day. Wait a minute. Let me get in the picture here. Red flag day. I don't know if I need a red flag. That's what I need, since I keep calling them red flag days. And red flag days is really about wind, and we will have a lot of it. But there's also a heads up for the possibility of severe weather as we get into Thursday, because look at the temperatures going 72, 66, 41, 23 by Saturday morning. And then we do hop back into the 50s and 60s for the middle of next week. But that Wednesday night, Thursday time frame is suspect, and I've been saying it for the last few days, and now the Storm Prediction Center is even highlighting it as a real possibility. So I'll talk more about that in just a minute as we get into the fine details. Here's a look at current temperatures right now. The Kentucky Mesonet Network showing that everybody is starting out mainly in the 30s this morning. There's even a couple of 40s showing up. Most everybody is above freezing this morning, so you shouldn't have too much of an issue, trying to scrape your windshield. There will be a few instances where you may have some frost out there, but there's been a little bit of a breeze, and it's still out there, so I don't think you'll see much in the way of icing problems on your vehicle this morning. Just warm enough to keep it from actually forming in most cases. All right, let's get to the forecast now. And it's an interesting one in that we're going to continue to see this warm up take place over the coming days. And it's going to be a situation where we get this one system here out of the way. You can see it over the southeastern corner here of our region, and that's what's moving through parts of the southeast this morning. Put this into motion. You can see it's not really going to affect us. It's going to affect and really get to the East Coast, but that system is going to continue to just move off to the east. We'll see sunshine taking over today and clear skies as we get into tonight. Everything is pretty nice here. So once we get into this is Monday night. Monday is good, mostly sunny. Monday night, clear skies. We'll advance this just a little bit more, and we can see the storm taking shape with the moisture. This is a Pacific flow coming off of the Baja of California. And with high pressure to the east, you know what that means. High pressure, the winds go clockwise. So that means we're going to see this flow coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico, meeting up with this from the Pacific. And so the two shall meet over the Mid-South region once we get into, say, Tuesday evening. And you can see there's the front with the 990 millibar low. Let's see if it gets any deeper. Yeah, look at that, 988. So this is Tuesday midday. We start to see kind of a triple point here with a warm front. This is a warm front. You know what? Actually, I can do this in colors like the fronts ought to be. Look at that. Oh my goodness. God, I love this stuff. Look, touchdown, Super Bowl. Yeah. Anyway, so you see the effects of the warm front coming in, then the cold front back behind it, the low pressure system, and that sets us up for the classic, almost very spring-like system. Look at this, 987 millibars. That thing is going to deepen as it moves into Nebraska, into Iowa. Time frame here is Tuesday night, about 7 o'clock, and we see the showers coming in. But this is just kind of the first part of the system. The second part is what comes on Thursday. So let's advance the maps here, and you'll see this setup where we get a break here on Wednesday. There's Wednesday morning. Here comes the next system that is out in the Rockies. You see the 990 millibars. This system is what's going to follow behind it and pick up on moisture again. And here we go as we get a little more energized activity as we head into Thursday. Now, here's Thursday. This is going to be very early Thursday morning. Showers and thunderstorms moving through. Cold front, yeah, it's placed about right there with a warm front out ahead of it. It's going to be, notice here, it is a left leaning or tilting system. That means it's getting wrap around. It's wrapping around itself. It's at 994 millibars. Here it is drawing in the much colder air. Now that I've discovered the colors, I'm really going to go crazy with them. But look at the colder air and look at the winds. Look at how tight these isobars are. Equal lines of pressure, tight, and out of ahead of it, tight. So this is a very dynamic. This is why we use the label dynamic. This is going to be a very dynamic, wind-driven system. And with enough spin in the atmosphere that doesn't, I know immediately your mind goes to tornadoes, spin, tornadoes. There are likely going to be tornadoes somewhere, whether it's here or not, that remains to be seen. Let's advance, and you can see as the front comes on through, this is going to be Thursday midday. Looks like it's going to come right on through, and then we see the colder air on the backside of it being drawn back down into our area. This is where we're going to see a sharp drop in temperature. As you saw in the 10-day blender, we go 60s, almost 70 on Thursday, and then the temperatures will start to drop pretty rapidly once we get into Thursday afternoon and evening behind this system. But out ahead of it, there is that severe weather threat. So we've got to watch that pretty closely. Then by Friday, this is all out of here. Everything high pressure builds back in, and by Saturday, we're back to sunny skies. There's Saturday, early Saturday morning. Let's go on to Sunday and on into next Monday. Pretty quiet weather, I think, for the most part. There are a series of low pressure systems coming off the California coast. This will affect us maybe at some point next week as we warm back up into the 50s and 60s. And maybe we just repeat the cycle all over again. I do want to show you, though, just to prove to you, there's already a heads up with the Storm Prediction Center. The SPC has already outlined pretty much where we are and beyond, all the way up into the Great Lakes, through central Kentucky, down into middle Tennessee, parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. This is a risk area that they're already looking at. It's not in the 1 through 5 levels yet, but it's at a 15% risk that they think or believe that something's going to happen on Thursday as far as severe weather, and we're right there in the middle of it. Now, this could flex, it could move, it could change as I let this, as I say, bake. As they let it bake over the next couple of days, we'll continue to see how dynamic this storm is going to be. But heads up, weather radio's on for, I would say, Wednesday night into Thursday is going to be probably the prime time. And I'm, I hate to say that it could be an overnight situation, but it could, depending on the timing. The one outlier right now is how much instability is going to be. And that, as you know, is going to be if the sun comes out in between systems and we get a lot of daytime heating, we get a lot of surface heating that heats up the atmosphere, then all bets are off. Then we're going to be looking at something rather significant. If we can just keep it cloudy, and the dynamics alone can spawn the severe weather. But if we can just keep the instability down, then we won't have so much severe weather to work with. But that's just a big question mark right now. So it's too far out to say. All right, you guys, have a great Sunday. Thank you for watching. Go Chiefs, go Eagles. I'm just going to be, I have to be, I don't want to tick off any of my fans. I've got a favorite, but yeah. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Watch the Super Bowl with your family and friends and enjoy that. God bless you. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning.